Hi everyone and welcome back to English with Yubin. And for today's video, it's not really a conversation video per se, but it's more of me talking about my childhood memories growing up in London. And I guess it's a listening exercise for you guys to practice your listening skills, see if you can pick up on the different words and phrases that I use throughout the video. And of course, at the end, I will also be doing a breakdown of some of the words and phrases that I think might be useful in your everyday conversation. So without further ado, let's get started. So in primary school, growing up, I would say I was quite a sporty child. I used to play a lot of football, netball, and even hockey from time to time. And with football, I was actually on the girls' football team in years 5 and 6, and I was a goalkeeper. And we used to do tournaments in the local boroughs and compete. It was a stressful time, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. And if you don't know what netball is, it's typically a girls' sport and it's pretty similar to basketball, but instead of dribbling, you actually have to stand still when you have the ball and do a 1-2 step. And the goal is, as you can imagine, to shoot as many hoops as you can. But all of this is basically leading to the fact that because I was quite a sporty child, a lot of my friends around me were also quite sporty, as you can imagine. And one of my best friends from primary school, who was actually on the football team with me, her parents were very sporty. And I used to go over to their house quite a bit. And one of the things we used to do is going to Richmond Park for a walk. And Richmond Park is a very, very big national park. They have deer, they have hiking trails and cycling trails, but you get the picture. It's a massive park. And we decided to go one day with her parents and also her little sister. And we still talk about this story to this day because it was such a funny story to look back on. But at the time, it was exhausting. So imagine year 6 Yubin, or year 6 or year 5 Yubin. So she is, I want to say 10 or 11 and going on a walk to Richmond Park. So one fine day we go to Richmond Park and it's going great. We have food, we have snacks, and it's hitting the 3-hour mark at this point. So we've sat down and we've had lunch. We've been there since the morning. And we have full stomachs now, so we get walking again. And we're walking for about another hour. But I don't think they have signposts to mark where you are on a trail or if you even are on a trail. So we just keep walking, and it's been about 30 minutes or an hour since we started walking again from lunch. And my friend and I ask her mum, are we lost? Because we don't see an end to this walk. So we ask, are we lost and do we know where we're going? And her mum really confidently said, yes, I know where we are. I've been here many times before. So we just keep following her mum and keep walking. And I think we ended up walking around 6 hours in Richmond Park. And we even walked home, and our sole reward was a Crush'ems, which is like a milkshake from KFC. And I have never had a Crush'ems that tasted so good, but I was knackered. I was so tired, and as soon as I got home, I just passed out, flat out on my bed. And I think I slept throughout the whole entire day because I was just so exhausted. But yeah, it's a good memory to look back on now, but at the time, it was exhausting. But even though I was exhausted at the time, it's a memory that I'm really fond of because whenever I meet up with her or have dinner with her family, it's one of those memories that you can laugh about and just reminisce over. So it's a nice memory to have and to look back on. So yeah, that was one of my favorite memories from childhood. And as we progress through this channel, I will slowly reveal one by one some of my memories growing up here. So yeah, on to the breakdown. Okay, so we have now reached the breakdown section of this video, and some of the phrases I'll just repeat for you guys to practice your speaking skills, and the other phrases I'll explain first what they mean and how you can use them in daily conversation, and then I'll repeat them again twice slowly and one time real speed like normal, and you guys can practice along. So, shall we begin? Firstly, we have growing up. And this phrase you can use when you're talking about your childhood and the kind of person you are when you were younger. So you can say, when I was growing up. When I was growing up. When I was growing up, I was quite a sporty child. Another phrase you can use to describe your childhood and what kind of kid you were, you can say, when I was little or younger. When I was little or younger. When I was little, I was quite a sporty child. Moving on to the word sporty. This is pretty self-explanatory. You're talking about a person who does sport a lot and enjoys doing it. So yeah, I was quite a sporty child growing up, and I like to think I'm still quite a sporty person. So if you're a person who does sport often and enjoys doing it, then you can say, yeah, I'm quite a sporty person. Then we have the phrase from time to time, and you can use this in your daily conversation when you're talking about a situation or something that doesn't happen often. So for example, when I said I used to play hockey from time to time, that means I didn't play it too often. So let's practice this phrase, from time to time. From time to time. I used to play hockey from time to time. And another way of saying this is once in a while. Once in a while. So I used to play hockey once in a while when I was younger. Then we have local boroughs, and this is something that's specific to the UK. So you're basically talking about your local area. And I guess if you aren't living in the UK, local boroughs isn't something that you would use, but instead you can just say your local area. Then we have the phrase, we still talk about it to this day. And you can use this in your daily conversation when you're talking about something that happened in the past that stuck with you for whatever reason. It could be a funny story, it could be a traumatizing story, or it could just be a memory that you're fond of. So, we still talk about it to this day. One more time. We, or I, still talk about it to this day. So we still talk about it to this day. Next we have the phrase at the time, and again this is used to describe a specific moment that happened in the past. So for example, when I said, at the time I was really tired, but looking back on it now, it was fun. So you can repeat after me, at the time. At the time. And at the time I was tired, but looking back on it now, it was fun. With this phrase, I'm just going to say it for you guys and you can repeat it back. Are we lost? Are we lost? Are we lost? Then we have the sole reward. And sole just means only. So when I say the sole reward we got was a crushums, I basically mean the only reward we got was the crushums. So repeat after me. Sole reward. Sole reward. Our sole reward was the crushums from KFC. Next we have knackered. And this just means you're very, very tired and extremely exhausted. So you can use this in your daily conversation when you're trying to illustrate how tired you are. You can say, I'm knackered. I'm knackered. So after the walk, I was knackered. Then we have the phrase fond of, and you can use this to describe anything that you have a like for or even a love for. So when I say it's a memory that I'm fond of, I'm basically saying it's a memory that I have a love for. So repeat after me. Fond of, fond of. It's a memory that I'm fond of. And lastly, we have it's something you can look back on, and this just means it's something that makes you think of the past. So I can say it's a memory that you can look back on. It's basically saying it's a memory that when you think of the past. So repeat after me. It's something you can look back on. It's something you can look back on. So this memory is something that I can look back on, and it's one that I'm fond of. Well guys, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and hopefully it was somewhat enjoyable to watch me talk about my childhood memory. And like I said, as this channel progresses, my memories of my childhood growing up here are probably all going to be unveiled one by one, so look forward to those. And I will be back again next week, hopefully very, very soon. And yeah, thank you again for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!